Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I am your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Rygal this evening. How's it going, dude?
What's going on, homie? How are you?
Just trying to beat this friggin' humidity, dude. I'm be glad it's gonna cool off tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm so over the summer. It was fucked up this year. It was so hot.
I'm ready for fall.
Yeah, give me the cooler weather, like nights where you could sleep comfortably.
Especially with everything you got coming up.
Yeah, for those listening who have heard me lament over the last couple months, I got my approval for surgery today, so I am very, very happy. I will be getting my shoulder redone next Monday. Not this coming Monday, so I got 10 days. And yeah, I'm just looking forward now for the next week. I get to panic about the surgery instead of just hurrying. Like, now I get to wish that it wasn't going to happen so soon after wishing it would just happen already. So
and now you got 10 days to lament over it.
Yep. Now I got 10 days to worry my ass off after just... I knew it was going to come. Like, I kept telling this to my fiance, like, I'm rushing major surgery to come. I said, you know what's going to happen? They're going to approve it, and I'm going to get scared shitless and not want to tell. So, but yeah, so.
Yeah, well, I just don't like hospitals any way you slice it, but hopefully everything goes well for you.
Thank you, man. I am just looking forward to getting it over and done with and moving on and starting rehab, which I hear is fucking terrible.
Well, usually any of those types of rehabs are.
Well, I hear just the recovery from shoulder is bad, because you can't sleep right. Because just think about when you lay down.
Yeah.
Everything that starts to get out of place, and you lay down on the pillow the wrong way, your shoulder shifts forward. Like, my shoulder has to stay where it is because it's with the.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it can't torque or anything.
Yeah, it's basically a ball and socket, and basically they have to repair the lining that's on the back of the socket. So that means the ball can't move around much.
So you're saying you're gonna have to basically lay flat.
I guess so. I'm gonna have to start Googling how to sleep for labral tears, surgery, because I'm not in any pain now. The thing is, I sleep on my stomach.
Yeah, well, I can't sleep on my back because of my bad back. I usually sleep on my side.
Yep, and at least for the first.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at what Lance wrote. He says wiping your ass well that's gonna suck. Then he goes, LOL, I hope it works out for you.
Well, I've just realized all the stuff. But I've been realizing all the stuff that I need to do left-handed.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can I don't think I can overstate how bad I am with anything with my left hand. I mean, if I throw with my left hand, I'd look like one of the Special Olympics kids.
Oh, God.
It's bad. I have zero coordination. I throw exactly how you would picture the girliest girl or somebody from Special Olympics. And again, not making fun of anybody, but...
No, you're just keeping it real.
I mean, it's bad, bro. So
I'm the same way.
I can't even hold a football to throw it with my left hand.
No, well, true story, and then we'll get into this week's wrestling. I was ambidextrous when I was in grade school, and I went to a Catholic grade school, and my mom told me this story. One day I just came home and started writing right-handed, so we can only assume what they did to me to make me write with my right hand.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, well, I'm going to start with NXT, because that's the most recent thing that's gone on. Did you see this week?
I did.
I really, really enjoyed the main event.
Yeah, with CN and,
yes.
Yeah. I thought something happened with him at the tapings.
Yes.
But was it not this week, or is it did they just not televise it?
It's I'm from what I read, it's the tapings that are going to be coming up in the upcoming weeks.
Okay, because I was waiting for that, and it didn't.
Yeah, so was I. I'm like, where's the turn?
Okay, I didn't want to say exactly what it was, but yeah, I was waiting for him to turn heel, and then I was like, maybe WWE taped it, and then decided against it, but I'm like, nah, they have to do something with this fucking guy, because he's, like, they have to realize that they missed the mark.
Yeah, well, you could see, like, when he wrestled him, the potential he has.
You know what gets me, though? The Full Sail isn't really a troll crowd. Even they're fucking booing him.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, he's getting the legitimate Roman Reigns treatment, except that he's good. Like, I don't get it with him.
Yeah, because, like, he's super, like, like, that match really, like, accentuated his strengths.
I don't understand it. I was, because he's great in the ring. I don't understand what people don't see with him.
I know. It's just like the gimmick really is like off the mark. I don't know.
I mean, it didn't surprise me in New York because New York
they're a tough crowd.
New York cheers for like the good heels, and
that's just the way it is.
Didn't he fight Bobby Roode?
Yes.
I mean, come on. You're fighting Bobby Roode in his debut, man. I expected him to get booed. I didn't expect the home crowd of Full Sail to be so anti-CM.
Maybe him turning is going to be the best thing for him.
At this point, yeah. I mean, that's the way the crowd's going already. You might as well just ride the wave then. I mean, like, the crowd's done all the hard work then. They're already booing.
Yeah, I don't know if you read this, and I wonder if WWE did this after they heard about this, that Del Rio did an interview, and apparently Cien and him are really good friends.
And he's very upset with what's going on.
He's like miserable.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes me wonder if that's why they did that.
I just don't understand. They did it with Sami Zayn. They took the mask off. Which, okay, he's not really a luchador. Maybe he is, but not to the extent of an actual Mexican who has this in his veins.
Yeah.
Like, having him, like, that would have been like having Mysterio take his mask off. I don't understand it. What's the problem with having more masked luchadors? I mean, it's fucking merch right there. Like,
I was just getting ready to say that. You make money off of the kids wanting to buy the masks.
Well, every couple of months you change the fucking colors, and it's like an infinite source of revenue. Same with Sin Cara, same with John Cena's t-shirts. If they're going to do that with the Roman Reigns vests, because you got these fucking morons out there who will go buy every color $60 vest that comes out.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's a cool concept for, like...
Yeah, no, I know. I just think it's crazy that somebody would actually do that.
Why size 2XL exists, I don't understand.
For people like me.
I know, why would I just... Kid size is no problem. When I went there and I saw the size hanging up, it said 2XL. I said, why does this exist? Because I think it was fucking huge. If somebody's this big wearing this...
Right.
There's a problem.
I'll tell you a quick story, and I am pretty sure I told you this earlier off air. My son, when we went to an indie show here, wore his new Kevin Owens shirt to the show. And DJ Hyde, who is I don't know if he's a full owner, but he's at least the partial owner of Combat Zone Wrestling, opens the door to let us in, and he looks at my son and he goes, "Hey, it looks like you're having a good time," but he's like, "Do you really like that guy?" And my son starts like nodding his head and smiling, and he goes, "Really?" He's like, "He's a mean man."
I love Kevin Owens for that exact reason.
I know, I just thought it was funny. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I guess Billy Kay is getting this big push now.
You know, they have to. Alright, great women wrestlers in WWE have been few and far between, and for the first time in history, they arguably had more talent in NXT than they ever had on the main roster at one point. Now, you can argue Trish and Lita and all that, but if you talk about combined talent...
No, I agree with you.
Problem is, NXT doesn't have that anymore, and the feeder system's empty. That's why I can definitely see them doing, like, the Cruiserweight tournament for women, or, like the Women's Championship tournament.
Oh, I think it'd be great.
And I think it will give them a whole body full of women wrestlers that they can choose from of all types. I mean, because a woman like Candice LeRae deserves to be on the main roster of WWE, and now for the first time in a long time, WWE has the quality of wrestlers. Like, her and Athena would blow the fucking roof off the place.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I feel, though, about Liv Morgan fighting Asuka next week. I don't get the whole, like, Liv Morgan thing.
First of all, like Carmella, I hate that fake accent. Because, granted, I don't know, she's supposed to be a New York homie, she's supposed to be from Jersey, like, well, what is she supposed to be?
I know what you mean, like, Crystal said she's the princess of Staten Island.
When she's from Boston, which really grinds my gears.
Yeah, where she's from Boston, which really rubs New Yorkers the wrong way.
But what I didn't realize, alright, I'm watching Liv Morgan cut a promo the other day, and I'm like, look at this little tiny girl cutting a promo. I'm going to talk about beating up Asuka. Then they stood face to face, and she's bigger than Asuka is.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, wait a second, like, why did she look so small, and is Asuka really that small of a person?
Apparently.
Because I'm looking at this and saying this is so not believable. Like, Asuka's just going to destroy this little girl, and then they show on camera together, and I'm like, holy shit, she's bigger than Asuka. And I kind of
said that Liv is the female Enzo.
Except that it doesn't work, though. I mean, it's because she's trying to be a homie. Enzo's just from New York, you know. Like, there's a difference. I mean, and
yeah, because like when you're from Jersey or from that area, it's easier to do it.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm gonna be sucking his dick a little bit right here, but he does the gimmick as good as you could possibly want it without it sounding shticky. Like, Robbie E was the shticky version of the gimmick.
Yes.
I mean, and then, like, the fucking WWE version of the gimmick is Zack Ryder. And it's like, there's three of the same gimmicks for the most part.
When I think of those guys, the two you just mentioned, it reminds me of the Jersey Shore.
Exactly, where Enzo's just a guy who happens to have spent some time on the Jersey Shore, not being from the TV show The Jersey Shore.
Exactly, like Lance said, you can tell he's just natural.
Yeah, kind of like how Diamond Dallas Page was just from the Jersey Shore. He's just a guy from the Jersey Shore. He wasn't from the TV show The Jersey Shore.
Exactly.
You know, he represented a kind of like bada boom kind of guy still. You know, I mean, if you think...
Yeah. Like Lance said, it'd be like him doing a beer-drinking Canadian gimmick. He would nail it.
There you go. Absolutely. Me being a loudmouth Brooklynite.
Yeah, there you go. That would work. I gotta say this, dude, and I feel bad kind of saying it. I watched the Austin Aries, what the fuck is the guy's name? Lorcan, or however you say it?
Yeah, Biff Busick.
Yeah, I was going to say basically Biff Busick.
I don't like that name at all. I don't know what it is. I've heard them say...
I hate it.
They buried him forever with that name. He will never be successful with that name.
Yeah. I just like, wow. That sounds like a Vince name.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like their match, but I don't know if it's just Aries or what, but it's always just kind of feels flat to me.
Yeah, again, he's another one of those that I am not. He's another that's kind of more in the same category as Zack Sabre Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hard-hitting technical guy, or a hard-hitting, more old-school fundamental guy. That's not for me.
Yeah, and Lance said, "Who's getting arrested?"
Oh no, sorry. I had the New York City soundtrack on. I've turned it down.
I kind of feel the same way. Like Zack Sabre Jr., I've seen him live, and it's not that he's bad. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
I've said it before. I can appreciate what he's doing in the ring. I am very, very, very well aware of what he does in the ring and how technical a lot of the stuff is, and have a tremendous appreciation for what he's doing. Like the chain wrestling, I could watch two people chain wrestle for hours and be mesmerized. That's not necessarily what I want from my wrestling.
Yeah.
Here and there, a cool spot, that's awesome. And I know where he serves his purpose, and it's not like I turn away from his matches. Him versus Ricochet, I'd love. Him versus Osprey, it was great, but it was highly technical. I mean, I like the false finishes and stuff, but a lot of the match seemed very choreographed.
I saw him in AR Fox. That was very exciting.
The one thing that gets me, and maybe you guys have never realized it, maybe you have, watch indie, like, high flyers in indies like Ricochet. Watch when they hit the ropes. It's almost like his opponent is adding the momentum to shoot him into the ropes.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's a little bit where I'm kind of like, oh, come on, guys. Like, you're not even making it, like, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, but that's where it really breaks down the kayfabe.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely know what you mean.
The false finishes and stuff like that, look, it's wrestling. We know it's not real. So people who are talking about, oh, it's not believable, wrestling shouldn't be believable. You're telling me it's entertainment, and then you're getting mad when you say, well, kicking out of a stunner isn't believable. But you're telling me it's entertainment.
So I know what you mean. There has to be, like, that fine line.
So, yeah, the people who complain, like, oh, like, Austin does it all the time, and I love Stone Cold, and he's completely valid in he's Stone Cold. But to say, like, you got to protect your moves. The moves don't mean anything anymore. We know it's fake.
Well, let's be honest. I love Stone Cold, but he is like uber sensitive online.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I love getting his mindset on things.
Yes.
This is one of the very few things I have to say that I don't agree with him with. But he did say that, like, he likes it for what it is, and he loved the the Osprey Ricochet match. He thought it was great, but he also went back to, like, the whole protecting of the moves, and he was very critical of Cena doing the spring rope stunner.
You notice he hasn't done it anymore.
Yeah, I just think it looked gaudy for him to do. I mean, it was cool to see him try new stuff and fuck people who say he can't wrestle. I mean, he's always doing new shit, and he tries.
You and I have talked about this. I thought he should have been Wrestler of the Year the year he did the U.S. title Open Challenge.
Oh, absolutely! Every week he was having a 5-star match for how long? I mean, and they were long matches and.
And it was with a bunch of different guys.
However, and I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again to talking with people, at SummerSlam, I was pretty surprised that he got a standing ovation after his match.
I think it was out of respect.
Oh, absolutely, but it I always knew in my mind that there would be a point where John Cena sucks became the Kurt Angle you suck out of respect.
Yes, exactly.
There was a long time where it wasn't there.
And now, and and I was gonna say it's like the trendy hip thing to do.
Well, I kept, and this is something that I had spoken with about to another friend a long time ago, and I'm saying one day it'll be done out of respect, and I kept talking about that one day, and it puts it to perspective of how long Cena's been doing this, how long Cena's been at the top.
Yeah.
Him and I hadn't spoken for like 8 or 9 years, no, about 7 years, and then we got back in contact, and we were just talking about it the other day again, about like, look, it's gotten to that point now. So
Well,
it's
when you have a Philly crowd last week when they were had SmackDown cheering John Cena, you know it's come full circle.
yeah, and it was just it was very surreal to be there for when I realized that it was happening. Because it's like, fuck, he's been around a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
he really has. All right, dude. Now we have to go through the train wreck that was Raw.
I'm gonna try to help. I watched it. I try to put it out of my memory.
There's only a couple things I want to go with. There wasn't really that much. Just like a couple things that annoyed me. One was the Jericho thing. It was funny. The list thing. You're on the list. You're on the list. But,
I don't like that gimmick. Maybe
Okay.
I just maybe in a small group, but I don't like the whole drinking gimmick. I
No,
just
that's okay. But what I was gonna say is I enjoyed that where he's like, all those guys that are in the ring. You're on the list. You're on the list. You're on the list. But then they come back from commercial and he's tagging with them.
WWE logic.
I know. I was like, what? I was like, this makes no sense. The highlight of the show was the cruiserweight match.
Yes, that I made sure to watch because I was very interested in how they would be presented. And yeah, and it didn't surprise me with what's his name, because now they're on the main roster. Now here's where heels and baby
Kendrick.
faces. Yeah, but now here is where storylines are going to start coming in.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it was like, it was good while it lasted. Now let's get the next tournament underway.
I think the reason is because the Kendrick one is because he's really the only like legitimate heel they have right now.
Yeah, and that's by their own design.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you couldn't make any of those guys
The way
heel.
I feel is it's like he's going to basically be, I don't want to say like their dad, but like basically get them used to
The
WWE
system.
lifestyle on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like the patron on the road. Absolutely. And I'm sure that's contractually stipulated somewhere.
I agree, Lance. He said the match was great, but he felt that they limited them.
It's possible, and I just, that could be for a number of reasons. I think they're trying to get, I think for us, it's a very hard concept to understand how little bit of a percentage of a usual WWE live event crowd has actually seen anything that's on the network.
Yeah, you got a point.
We tend to hang out with like-minded people like ourselves, very into it, watch NXT, watch behind-the-scenes stuff, read news articles. A very big percentage of WWE fans, very big percentage,
Don't do that.
don't do that. You're talking about millions and millions of people in this country that watch wrestling, and it's millions. But you find out there's only 1 million subscribers worldwide to the network. That puts into perspective how few people in this country have actually seen it. So granted, listen to how dead they were compared to the crowds for the CWC. CWC is louder in a, 1,000-person arena compared to a 15,000-person arena?
I will say Cedric, though, got a pretty nice pop.
Weren't they in Baltimore? Or no? Where were they?
I don't remember.
Because if they were in Baltimore, he's from Baltimore, so
Well,
that
that
would
makes
make
sense then.
Yeah. If they were on the East Coast, I mean, he's one of the more kind of known, but that wasn't from the CWC. But a
Right.
guy like, I never heard of Jack Gallagher before. They're going to put him on, and no one's going to know who the fuck he is. And I guarantee you people thought, oh, it's going to be another Rey Mysterio when they saw Metalik.
Yeah. And Metalik is really good at what he does.
Oh, he's amazing.
I love Jack Gallagher. I think he's cool. I like his shtick.
I love the gimmick. I think it is wonderful. I fear that somehow he's going to be paired up with the Vaudevillains in some way, shape, or form eventually.
Yeah, that scares me.
They need to keep every talent in the CWC away from any other talent that's not CWC, the Cruiserweight division. Completely isolated from anything that happens on the main roster otherwise.
Right.
I don't want to see a single fucking storyline with mixed tags. No, leave it the fuck alone. Those six...
Here you go, dude. Lance says that Jack Gallagher reminds him of Dino, but don't say anything.
I think that is one of my favorite gimmicks that I've seen in so long. I think it is so different, and it seems so real.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to bitch about something else with Raw, and I'm sure you'll agree with me when I say this. Why in the hell is your world champion losing a match going into a pay-per-view?
I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Because he's a heel. If it was a babyface, I'd have a big problem with it.
Right.
Heels can lose. Babyfaces really can't. It depends on the situation. A babyface non-champion can't lose. They have, I don't know.
I know what you're saying, where they have to keep the so-called, like, dream alive, where they're still, like, chasing the title.
Yeah, it just works, I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with Owens losing a non-title match. How did he lose it again?
It was a cage. They, basically, Reigns beat him out of the cage.
Completely clean?
Yes. That's why I was annoyed.
Yeah, because I remember watching that, because wasn't Owens trying to go through the cage and Reigns went over? Okay. I gotta watch it all in context again, but...
that's all good.
I don't know. Is that...
And then, like, they had the thing that cemented Seth's babyface turn, where they kind of, like, helped each other out.
Yeah, when I heard his theme music play at the end, actually no, earlier in the night, when they were both in the ring together.
Yes.
I think it was Roman gave a look, and I'm like, wow, this is not the two that I expected to reunite first.
Right, and for all those people out there, because I'm in the minority, I know when I say this, I could care less if the Shield got back together.
I am completely 150% in agreement with you.
And I'm not saying they're bad, it's just they've, like, never done it for me. And you know this because we've talked about this. I always liked the Wyatts when they first came in more than the Shield.
I liked... How do I say it? I was never like a big I was never a Shield fan. I liked how they were brought in. I liked how they were used in the beginning. A 3-man unit like that.
Yeah.
I didn't really care so much for them as wrestler. I don't know how to put it. I was like, oh yeah, the Shield, but I thought what they were doing was cool.
I know what you're saying. Like the
But if they come back now, if it's done right, maybe it'll be cool. Maybe it'll be a momentous, thing. If they don't, my heart won't break.
Exactly.
but I'm not like pining for it. I'm like, oh my god, it has to happen. If it's done right, I'm cool with it. You know, I mean, it could be big money.
Dude, is I thought there's too many matches at Clash of the Champions.
Yeah, I remember talking before the last pay-per-view. We're talking about how few matches there were.
And I actually liked it because they were allowed to kind of have more time and, you know what I mean, let them do their thing.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought that was the best pay-per-view we've seen this year.
Probably.
It was up there. It was certainly fucking up there.
Oh, I agree with you, dude.
Raw hasn't been anywhere near as good.
When I watch Raw now, it reminds me of WCW Nitro, where they would just like throw shit together to see what sticks.
I forgot where I just heard that. Like literally yesterday or today, I heard that somewhere. I think it was a What Culture video. Not What Culture. Yeah, What Culture.
And I love those guys.
I fucking love those guys. I just don't like Ross. I don't like King Ross. I think he's fucking annoying as shit.
I don't remember which one that is.
The one who's always dressed up like a fucking king.
Oh, okay.
I don't like any of the stuff he does. I like the other guys, though. I particularly like the guy who does the and I could do it better. Like how WWE should have booked. I really like that guy.
Yeah, what just happened?
That as well. I like him a lot. I don't like the other guy as much.
Like Lance said, the only thing he watched on Raw was the Cruiserweight match. He watched football instead.
Yeah, that's another thing. And, you know, I mean, it happens every year. You would think WWE would start. Maybe they thought that putting the title on Owens would have brought a lot of that demographic.
Yeah. Maybe. I'm looking at it now, dude. They have 7 matches for the pay-per-view, 8 if you include the pre-show match.
Huh. I don't know. 7 matches over 3 hours. But that would be alright if it wasn't WWE. And they didn't have to have 10 minutes worth of promos in between each.
Yeah, well, see, that's why I really like the SmackDown pay-per-view. Because there wasn't, like, super long, like, 10-minute, like, build-up videos. You know what I mean?
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, like, it was just like, okay, here's a match. We'll have, like, a 2-minute thing to show you, like, why we're here now, and now we'll have the match. Like, it wasn't super long. That's what drives me nuts, because as a fan, it, like, and me and Lance have talked about this before, where it's like, we don't have to see the same package from the pre-show on the regular show.
No, I agree. It's like, I'm already here. Why are you telling me?
Yeah, it's like I've already seen it. Alright, now we're going to get to SmackDown. I actually really enjoyed this week's SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown's consistently been a lot better.
I really, really enjoyed the Ziggler and Miz match.
They're both fantastic. I don't want to hear what anybody says. You may not like Miz. Miz is one of the best workers.
Yes, he is really, like, won me over in the sense of his, like, work rate.
Yes.
I just didn't like the finish. That's the only thing I'm going to complain about.
Oh, I see. I actually thought it was great. He still found a way to cheat, even though, like, because she got thrown out, he was on the defensive, he still found a way to cheat to win.
Right.
Me, but I love heel tactics. I love the fact that they're bringing it back, and if I have to keep seeing...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When's the last time you really saw something like that, though?
That's true. The other thing I liked, too, was that they let the Usos beat American Alpha.
Yes.
And I know people will be like, what? You're crazy. No, they're doing the slow build with them.
Yeah.
And I like that.
So do I.
It's just, and you're going to laugh when I say this, just keep the Usos in one fucking costume and like one color. Do they need to change to like every different color of the spectrum like each week?
I understand what you're saying, but it keeps them looking fresh. I did like, was one of them wearing a grill or a mouthpiece of sort?
Yes.
But like that was like to get like the fucking gold teeth kind of grill, right?
Yeah, like the Little John thing.
Okay, I liked that look. I thought that added something to make him look fucking heel as shit. And I hate grills. I think grills are ridiculous.
Well, then that's why it worked for you.
Yeah, usually I don't like it. And I was like, yo, that actually looks alright. Because usually I think people look like fucking clowns when they have grills. Yeah. I'm like, yo, he's actually rocking it alright. Like, he looks like kind of a tough dude like that. Like, kind of look cannibalistic. I don't know how to put it. He just looked different.
I know what you mean. Like, we had talked about it before. It made him look more like a savage.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that this is the best way to do it. Just two really tough fighting dudes that just happen to be Samoan.
I like it, and I predict at their next pay-per-view the Usos are going to win the belts.
Yeah, I don't see this. I think they have to get Heath Slater away from Rhino sooner rather than later.
The reason I say that is because I felt they would have the Usos win and then like American Alpha chasing them for however long. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. But they can't bury American Alpha before then. You can have them lose without them being buried.
There's a way you can do it.
Yeah, it's...
But because we've always seen that, where we'll see either teams or even, like, Dusty Rhodes back in the day, where he was chasing Ric Flair for the world title forever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The other thing I really liked about SmackDown was the match with Cena and Ambrose.
Yeah, a lot of people are complaining about the fact that John Cena took the pin. And it's like, that's what Cena does now. He loses clean. Welcome to 2016. John Cena loses clean.
Well, for people that were complaining, they're stupid because John Cena's being a good businessman. You know what I mean? Because he's at the back end of his career, and he's putting guys over.
I just think that people were surprised. And like, what the fuck are you surprised about? Like, this is what he's been doing. He's been putting people over.
I just didn't expect it on SmackDown. See, that car agrees with me.
Absolutely.
That was just shocking because he hasn't been pinned clean on television in like 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, it was like 2000 and maybe 10, 9, somewhere in there.
Huh.
And there's just one gripe I'm going to have about SmackDown. They're having, I think, and this is just my opinion, too many title matches on the show that's going to make, devalue the titles in a way.
Wait, what happened? They having too many title matches?
Yeah. I mean, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. It's possible. I just never thought of it like that.
But I like what they're doing. Like, you could see that Triple H is probably has control of that show because it's like night and day different from Raw.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I've talked with other people, and you'll probably agree with this, if Raw wasn't 3 hours, the show wouldn't probably suffer as bad.
I think they'd still put the same shitty quality on, just not as much, because they wouldn't have 3 hours worth of shitty quality to put on.
Yeah.
I don't think the time is the problem. I just think it's like the stories. If you had 3 hours of good wrestling, you think people would give a flying fuck if it was 3 hours long?
No.
It's the fact that time has nothing to do with it. It's poor writing.
Especially the New Day, Gallows and Anderson stuff, that shit is painful to watch.
Yeah, like I don't understand what they're doing with Gallows and Anderson. Like that just doesn't make sense. You have one of the best tag teams in the world, and you're having them play fucking doctors. Talk about bull.
It's really bad.
Like I just don't get how that's funny or entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually trash stuff like that, but that's some of the worst shit I've seen.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Like that one, and we talked about this, that one segment they had where they were the old day, that was probably the worst segment of the year.
Yeah, but I think they realized that it was that bad because they even had the New Day making comments about how bad of a segment that was.
Yeah.
Like, on TV. And that seemed like a little bit more than just, like, storyline.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was like, ooh, they got kind of, like, serious here for a second.
I agree with you. Alright, dude, we're going to run down Clash of Champions since it's on Sunday and get your thoughts on these matches.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, pre-show match, Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax.
Don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
I understand why they're doing it. No, I mean, I assume they're going to do something very similar with Braun Strowman soon.
Braun!
They had her go through a whole bunch of no-names. Now they're going to have her go through the divas who really... I don't want to say don't mean a lot, because I don't want to disparage or discredit Foxy at all, because she's been there forever, but...
And she's good at what she does when they let her. Yeah,
she's kind of a nobody. She's a former champion, which they can always say, which adds to the prestige. She was Divas champion for a while, or Women's champion, one of the two. I don't know, but I definitely seen the Nia Jax going over.
Oh, absolutely, and
pretty much squash match.
Yeah, I agree. And the British fans that are listening to this show aren't going to like what I'm about to say, but I think Paige is going to be the next victim of Nia Jax.
Very possible.
And especially considering everything that went on with the whole saga with Del Rio, and then she was quitting, and then she changed her mind. I would expect them to punish her, and what other way to punish her and just have her get squashed.
Yeah, no, I can kind of see it, and it would work for WWE. Again, they can say that she's a former champion.
Yeah.
I know, Dad.
Alright, next we have TJ Perkins versus the Brian Kendrick for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Perkins retains. I don't see them switching the title that quickly.
No. I said if Kendrick wins, it's a step back for the division.
Yeah, I don't want him... Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm playing Warcraft.
No, you're good.
I don't want to see him win. I don't want to hear his fucking 37-year-old redemption tale. I don't care.
That's the one thing that drove me nuts about the CWC with Daniel Bryan. Come on, you can do it, kick out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Other than that...
No, I agree fully.
Yeah, I see Perkins keeping it because the other reason I think he needs a long run to give that title credibility because it's a new title.
Oh, I agree fully.
Alright, next we have Cesaro versus Sheamus in match number 7.
I think Cesaro goes over.
Yeah. I've actually liked most of these matches. I didn't think I would, but they've been entertaining.
Yeah, Cesaro can wrestle a sack of potatoes, so he's just fantastic. I absolutely love him.
Yeah, he's just been used so badly.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he came back with such momentum after his injury, and then it's just like nothing.
Oh, he could have been something, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have had to do anything, which I just don't understand. Like, WWE, you don't need to do anything. Like, the work is done. Just fucking put some momentum behind them.
Yeah, just put the machine behind them.
Not even that, like, instead of having all these fucking segments with Sheamus, have him doing something that actually matters. Maybe this will work out for him.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, and then maybe they have something for Sheamus too after this. If he loses, he was up 3-0 and then he lost. You know, that's a storyline then for Sheamus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something. It's better than having nothing. I mean, creative can't seem that they have absolutely nothing. They go on a whole storyline about how he's a loser, and you may even be able to turn him fucking face in the process.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he's a hell of a lot more successful, at least with kids, when he's a face, because he's a big fucking funny-looking man who screams fella. I mean, you know, it's...
Oh, yeah, that's true, Lance. I forgot. The winner of the match is guaranteed a title match.
Oh, Cesaro and fucking Owens.
Yeah, they didn't specify which title, though. They just said a title match.
Oh, it looks like we know who the new fucking Cruiserweight champion's gonna be. Alright, so what's next?
Alright, next we have Rusev versus Roman Reigns for the U.S. title.
Roman finally goes over and gets the title.
Yep. I thought I would never say this, but I want Roman Reigns to win.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Roman Reigns winning matches. I have a problem with him being fucking face of the company.
Yeah, no, now you're gonna probably agree with me when I say this. I want Roman to win this title for the simple reason, when you have the U.S. title, it's like a freaking anchor. It leaves you in the mid-card.
Yeah.
And that's where he belongs. And I'm not knocking the guy, but in my opinion, that's where he should be. A U.S. title, IC title, that's probably his limit.
Yeah, I agree.
But, you know, Vince, I still find it crazy, though, that he chose Reigns over Big E to be the face of the company.
Reigns is a Samoan who's related to The Rock. Big E is big and black.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what I was going to say. I've never seen so many people that are related to The Rock get jobs.
That's like the ultimate in. Oh, you're related to The Rock? Here's a job.
Dude, I'm waiting for the Cruiserweight guy to get a job. That was in the CWC that's related to them.
Yeah, Eric from the group I think he works with the guy's mother.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I see Reigns going over because I thought this has kind of gone on long enough.
I agree.
Alright, next we have Sami Zayn versus Chris Jericho.
I think Sami Zayn goes over.
I agree.
I think it's an okay match. I think it'll be a good match. I think they could work very well together.
Because Sammy really hasn't done anything since he beat Owens.
No.
Like, you know, that was supposed to be like his big crowning achievement, and then it's like nothing.
I mean, in real life, it's really got to be hard to beat him, though. He got it really makes it seem like he's only done anything because of Owens. Like, he had the title, he immediately gets taken away from him. Like, as good of friends as they are, like, Mike, if this was me and you, like, me and you probably wouldn't be friends anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just keeping it real. Like, you realize your dream, and the night you realize it, you start a program with your best friend that's going to result in you losing it. And it's just like, his career hasn't done shit since. Where now Kevin Owens has been multiple-time champion, beat John Cena his first night, and now he's the heavyweight champion. I mean, I don't know if I could be friends with somebody like that anymore. I think professionally I would be too hurt that it happened to them, and I'd be too jealous.
Right, I know what you mean.
A good friend or not, that shit's got to be fucking painful.
Oh, absolutely.
And if he's not, I need to learn how the fuck he does it so I can
How he
apply
has the
it.
patience.
Yeah, and like, just to be happy for somebody else, to be able to separate your own self from that.
Oh, hell yeah. But I
ask
agree with you. I see Zayn going over. Next, we have Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the Women's Championship.
I have no idea who's going to win it, but I think it'll be a good one.
I'm going to say Sasha is going to win it because I'm assuming she's healthy now. And if she's healthy, they'll probably give it to her again, considering Charlotte almost damn near killed her in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I would prefer that, but I mean, the long shot with that is Bayley, but I don't see that happening yet.
I told others, I said if they were smart, they should have like Sasha win and then build up to an eventual match with Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania where Bayley goes over.
I don't know. I could see Dana Brooke somehow interfering.
That's possible too.
I mean, something has to happen with all the shit that they're doing with her right now. It wouldn't make sense for it not to. It has to be some kind of.
Emma has been medically cleared, so who knows if she comes back.
I think if she does, it would be after the full split between Charlotte and Dana. Just remember, she brought Dana up to the main roster, basically.
Yeah.
So I could see them rekindling something, but it would have to be after the split. It would just not make sense during that match to have so many extemporaneous people just suddenly be involved. More people would be involved than are actually in the match.
Yeah. I agree, Lance. He said it could be the match of the night.
Very, very well could be. Although Seth versus, oh no, that's Raw.
Yeah, we're doing Raw.
Oh, so then Seth versus Owens, the main event. I think that's going to be match of the night.
Right.
But that's my.
I'll go with Sasha here.
Yeah, I can see Sasha.
All right. Next, we have the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson for the tag belts.
I hate saying it, but I can kind of see New Day finally dropping the titles.
Yeah.
Just because there's no other point in this fucking program.
Yeah, I think they actually need to because they've really gotten stale quickly.
It's just what they're putting them involved in. So yeah, they need to do something with them. It's just not funny anymore. I think what was intended to be hee ha ha just was a colossal failure.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. That's the only way you can describe it, you know?
Yeah, it's just. But it's. I think they're getting scripted now.
It feels like that. I would agree with you there.
It doesn't feel as natural, or like they're being stuck doing somebody else's scripted stuff, so they gotta improv off of somebody's scripted stuff.
Well, when I listen to some of their stuff, I gotta be honest with you, it sounds like some kind of crap that Michael Hayes would write.
I don't know who writes what, but it's shit lately, especially since...
You know what I mean? Like stupid, like 80s, 90s, like shit that was funny like 20 years ago.
Very Vince McMahon.
Yeah. But anyway, I agree with you. I think Gallows and Anderson are going to take the belts.
Yeah, I mean, they're not doing anything for the belts at this point anymore.
I agree. Alright, main event, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship.
I see Kevin Owens retaining.
Yep.
Possibly even like another sight of Triple H.
That's what I'm thinking. Triple H is going to come out and screw him again. This is where I'm thinking they're going. That's going to happen. and Stephanie's gonna come out and say that she knew all along, and they're gonna like kind of reform the Authority, and Owens is gonna be their guy.
I don't know. I may be in like the odd category. I kind of see it as Triple H and Stephanie had like going their separate ways, at least on TV, to keep Stephanie semi on Mick Foley's side.
Like a tweener.
Yeah, but I also see Triple H going completely heel or completely away from it, and kind of like Seth and Stephanie together. Maybe not romantically, but I definitely could see it as Seth and Stephanie versus Hunter.
That would be interesting.
I mean, it's not like they've never done it before. They had going from Jericho calling her the bottom-feeding trash bag hoe to she accompanied Jericho out at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and then remember she did the thing with Angle.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it would be shocking. It wouldn't be the same stuff as far as what we've had for the last couple of years. It'd be Stephanie and Triple H way far apart, which hasn't been like that in like 15 years.
I agree. Now, Lance wants to know, did you see the JBL Outsiders show?
No.
The thing that he does is called like Legends with JBL.
No, I haven't seen it in a couple episodes.
I saw the one with the Outsiders that he's talking about. The show was I agree with Lance. The show was okay, but it wasn't anything like new or groundbreaking.
Is it ever on his show though?
Sometimes it's not too bad.
I mean, the show isn't bad, but is it ever like tell all? Because I've seen a couple of them, and it was all kind of just like same shit that I've heard 1,000 times before. Just
the Booker T one I enjoyed.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Because like he talks about like how he felt when Hogan dropped like the N-word, and that like what he called Hogan, and like tried to like have him and Hogan like do like speaking engagements around like the country to like schools to like admit that he was wrong and what he did was wrong and that kind of shit, but Hogan like backed out.
Well, I mean, if anybody knows about accidentally saying the word nigga, it would be Booker T.
Yeah. And ironically, it was the Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
Yeah, like Lance is saying, he didn't know a lot of Booker T's history, like how he was like, you know, had a rough time growing up and shit.
Yeah, I do in prison.
So it was interesting. There's a couple coming up I wanted to, like Stan Hansen, I think is one of them coming up that I wanted to see that looked like it would be good.
A lot of people, yeah. I mean, like I've seen a couple of them. I just never really took them as like earth-shattering, groundbreaking.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Like how they bill like the Stone Cold podcast as one.
Yeah, I enjoy Austin's podcast. That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. By a long shot.
Like when he had Enzo and Cass on there was really fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Or do you remember the one when he had the Big Show on after he had him on the network, and Big Show's like, "Damn it, dude, you got me in trouble."
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Was that someone at the door? I don't know. The Mexicans are jumping around out upstairs. I thought somebody was banging on my door. I usually tend to like the Ted Fowler shows with him with his ranch hand Ted. I think they're so funny, and he's a nobody, but I laugh so much at it. I think it's so funny.
I think that's what makes it funny, because he's just like being himself.
Yeah, no, I agree fully.
You know what I mean? Where it's not like a character they're trying to put on. He's just me.
Oh no, I agree.
But I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts anymore.
I do here and there, mainly because I have nothing else to do at this point.
I've been meaning to, and Lance told me about it weeks ago. Haku did Ric Flair's podcast.
I can't stand Ric Flair, so I probably...
I know I don't particularly care for him myself, but I just wanted to hear Haku's stories.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, like, he doesn't do many interviews, so that was why.
I can't fucking deal with Ric Flair is the most overly self-promoting,
Yeah,
overly
like Lance just said, Russo's podcast is great, but he's just a dick.
I can't listen to it because he's a nobody in wrestling, and I don't care. You know, his opinion's no more valid than mine or yours, but he'll tell you completely otherwise. He's everything I hate about New Yorkers. And
yeah, like when he went off on like Owens winning the belt.
It's like, well, apparently you do because you just went fucking public with this whole thing, so he bothered you enough for you to write. So yeah, like, shut the fuck up. You had an opinion, you were wrong, and now you're publicly made fun of, and now you don't care. Fuck, it doesn't work like that.
No, I absolutely agree with you. And he ripped off a bunch of people, dude, because he had his own like website for a while, and you had to pay like, I think it was like $10 or $20, and you got like the like insider stuff.
Yeah.
And then he just stopped doing it, and like, you know, I don't know if people got like, you know, continually billed or not, but he just like disassociated himself with it, and then started doing his YouTube thing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a jackass.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, dude.
Cornette's another one. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. It's 2016. You're not relevant.
He tries to stay relevant.
He's so fucking desperate. It's like Jim Cornette. I have no respect for you. Like, even less than I ever did before. So just shut the fuck up. I'm tired of listening. Like,
absolutely.
That mean nothing to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. Alright, everybody, we're going to get out of here for this evening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, thumbs up, all that good shit. And we will see you back next time. Have a good night, everybody.